afternoon, Prashana. I
Good
must say,
afternoon.
it's so wonderful to see you after so many years. And I think part of our journey has always been the whole transition of intuition and the role that it plays within our lives. And having worked in the corporate world with over 20 years of experience in HR, one of the few things that we talk about is the future skills people need. And one of the key aspects of these future skills that people need going into the future is the whole aspect of self mastery or personal mastery. Can you expand a little bit about this role of intuition and how it plays a role in terms of understanding self and mastering yourself?
That's so beautiful. Thank you. And once again, it's wonderful to be in your company today after many, many years. And I love the aspect you brought about. It's one about mastering the self. And the pivotal point of change is using our intuition, and we all have it. It's tapping into your gut feel. The question is, do we trust it?
Yeah.
And it's, with the noise of the mind and the noise from the world, it gets misconstrued, should I say. And if we just take moments to be quiet, which is the need of time actually, to stop, observe, and then steer yourself and then life forward.
Mhm. Now, that's absolutely beautiful. I think this whole aspect of intuition being our sixth sense, we don't really focus on it that much. What sort of guidance can you give people in terms of what the sixth sense or what the sense of intuition is all about?
Sure. So, tapping into your intuition, or as you said, sixth sense, is not a norm
Mm.
and it goes beyond the physical. And when you tap into that ability, which is innately within you, a whole new world awaits. It's listening to your inner voice, and it's about what are you talking about to yourself. 90% of the time we self sabotage or we blame others for our issues or circumstance. And so when you tap into the sixth sense, you get to see your real self and operate from an inward outward journey.
Mm, absolutely. I think, for me, one of the most profound aspect of us working together has been the whole aspect of the meditative work and that self-reflection that happens with that. Do you want to expand a little bit about it in terms of the benefits of how you go into meditation and self-reflection?
Oh, that is such a touching aspect. And for me, it's been the pivotal change in my life. And what you find is that word meditation actually means to think.
Mm.
And it's when you're in quiet time, you can then observe what you are thinking and stop it, because we have an intellect that, when used in the right way, can bring forth that change. And so, coming back to your question, it would be the first step is to address and say to yourself, I need this me time. And that me time is to check and change my thoughts and observe it, because you cannot push your thoughts away. You cannot force the change, but to become quiet and reflect and ask yourself, do I need those thoughts? Are those thoughts benefiting me? And then change it. And we have the intellect to change the thought.
No, absolutely. And I think in this particular space in time where we are at the moment, a few years ago before Corona, we spoke about the VUCA environment, the volatility, the uncertainty, the ambiguity that we were dealing with. And now that whole environment is further compounded with the coronavirus. So my belief is that now more than ever, people need to go into that self-reflective mode and to take the time that they've been given to get to that understanding in terms of what are the key drivers that are driving me on a personal level in order for them to make that step change into the next level. What are your views on that?
It's exactly what you said, and if I can just share some practical tools, because sometimes we know it, but it's a bit challenging to step into it. And so the feeling is to, again, to stop, observe, and then steer. To sit back and ask yourself, is this thoughts benefiting me? And yes, the wave at the moment is a lot of fear and insecurity. But if I raise my level of consciousness to see the goodness in myself, and I mean, if you think about it, years of effort has been put into our lives, into our mental, physical, financial, career. There's nothing we don't know. It's just about readjusting and getting into a simple way of thinking. And it's to actually ask yourself, is this of benefit in my life? And if you think about it, the fear and the insecurity, how can I change that? And it's about acknowledging your goodness, as we said, raising your vibrational level to gratitude, and seeing that you do have. Sometimes it is our ego or our greed that makes us want and want and want. And so take that step back, look at what you're grateful for, because when that gratitude energy is raised, you'll find you'll become a magnet for positive change, and things will change on the external level.
Absolutely. I think what you're making is such profound statements of change from within is then transported into change from outside.
And that's what it is. And that, yes, initially it is that effort, because we're so used to living and being and living out of our five senses. Now we need to step into the sixth sense.
Absolutely.
You know, and yes, that energy will align you to attract abundance in your life. It's just a rewiring, and it's nothing we're relearning or nothing we need to learn. We need to touch base into who we are, what is our purpose, and steer forward.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with us in terms of the process of intuition and what that could mean for us in our everyday lives. You know, whether we're running our own businesses or whether we're in the corporate world, I think the whole work around intuition and tapping into it is becoming more and more prevalent in what we do on a daily basis. So thank you once again for sharing your time with me.
Thank you, Shamila. Thank you. It's been so wonderful reconnecting, and I look forward to future sessions and future empowerment processes going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.